The trumpet is such a primitive instrument. It's a piece of tubing, plumbing.
You vibrate into this mouthpiece with your lips. Air goes round, out through the bell.
And you control the amount of piping that you use, which changes the notes by pressing down the valves.
Like a tap, when you turn the tap on.
You buzz on the mouthpiece, so on the mouthpiece, which once you slot it into the trumpet, you get a noise.
And the rest is done by airspeed and lip pressure.
The lip is very important to a trumpet player.
To blow the trumpet, to get a sound, people think you have to like huff and puff, but all you need is a column of air, and you spit it into the trumpet.
We just make our muscles and skin here vibrate, transfer it into there, and that's what makes the sound.
It's an inanimate object.
The actual instrument, I would say, is the body. This is an amplifier.
I think that's just about it.
I saw a movie about a great trumpet player called Biggs Beiderbecke. It's called Young Men with the Horn. And Kirk Douglas played the lead in it. And in it, he always got the girl. He played all the solos. He didn't take any rubbish from anybody. And wore great clothes.
My father was a player, as well as my brother at the time, who's 3 or 4 years older. So I basically, as soon as I was old enough to walk, was realising that there were trumpets being played around the house, and I actually got my first cornet when I was 3.5 one Christmas.
So it was I just naturally, when I saw that movie, drifted to the trumpet.
One day, there was an announcement. We used to have a thing called assembly, where they used to sort of sing songs and make a prayer and all that sort of thing. And somebody announced that there was a chap coming into the school, and he was going to. Anybody who fancied having a bash at playing a brass instrument could go along. So I went along.
That has always been somebody that I've looked up to, as well as 2 or 3 other people that just happened to play the cornet that were local near me at the time as well. And I suppose that probably helped in terms of me aspiring to be them and be as good as them on the cornet.
Chap gave me a mouthpiece and said, see if you can get a sound out of that. There was no instrument, just a mouthpiece. And I don't even remember making a sound, but I did that and went away, and I thought, well, that would be the last I'll hear about that. And 3 or 4 days later, chap came up and gave me a tenor horn.
I just said to myself, this is the instruments I got to play.
I think one of the fantastic things about playing the trumpet is you can get so many different characters with it.
We have to have, I would say, even a certain amount of aggression.
The trumpet is a very individualistic instrument. You know, it makes a statement.
We shouldn't be aggressive in the way that we fight the instrument. It needs to become part of us.
So I'm quite fortunate in the sense that I've got quite a light sound. Not as in a big band sound or anything like that, but just it's not really dark.
I'm a supporter. You know, we have wonderful instrumentalists in the trumpet section. You know, I mean, our 2 principal trumpets, Rod and Philip, are just fantastic. And you know, that's what they do. They sit there and play tunes and play all the difficult stuff, and it's absolutely brilliant. My job is to support them and hopefully make them sort of feel comfortable.
My sound on the trumpet, people have different sounds, but my sound was very screechy and brassy, you know. And then I heard a record one day with the musings of Miles. And Miles Davis played a flugelhorn on one track, and I was just like blown away. I said, that was 40 years ago. I haven't played the trumpet since.
I've got many trumpet heroes.
Miles and Clifford and Chet Baker.
Miles Davis used to like just make you want to weep.
Maurice Andre was introduced to me quite young.
Maurice Andre and Doc Schitzer.
Hawkins, a superb player.
Maurice Murphy, who if you're into sort of orchestral trumpet playing, he's got to be one.
Maurice and Rod are particularly special to me because they came up through the similar sort of tradition. So I guess there's an element of me being very proud of them as well.
Clifford Brown just sounded like he was singing and crying.
Adolf Herseth in Chicago.
Dizzy Gillespie used to do some unbelievable things.
Also, the LPO principal trumpet, Paul Beniston, who's been a fantastic influence on me.
Chad Baker, I loved very much.
Derek Watkins, John Barclay.
Ruby Bruff, you know, and Big Spider Big and Harry James.
On and on and on and on.
They are all heroes.
For me, this job it's the job I've always wanted.
I'd like to play all the time and play with ease.
If you turn on the radio in the car and there's a trumpet playing, I hope you can hear it's me.
Everything I do, anything that I have achieved, has all been achieved through that little piece of brass there. You know, it's sort of given my life a sort of a focus.